It is a rainy day in Athens, Georgia. Been thinking a lot about real estate private equity, how I got started, how easy it is to make money out there, or how hard it is to make money out there. And I'm coming to a conclusion that the better you get at raising money, the better you get at deploying capital, the better you get at operating real estate, and the more money you make, the larger deals you have to do to succeed. The larger deals you have to do to make it worth it. So what you have is people do a couple small deals, and if it goes well, then boom, they're not going to mess with anything under $1.5, $2 million. And then a couple years later, they're not going to buy anything for cheaper than $3 to $5 million. And a couple years later, it's a $10 million deal or nothing. You look back 5 years later and you got a team of 25 staff, and you can't, it's not worth your time and energy to go after a deal that's smaller than $25, $30 million. So what you have is a window of opportunity in these smaller deals. And there's nowhere that I'm seeing this play out more clearly than in my own life and in my own career, because we started out buying a $475,000 deal in Pittsburgh, a $650,000 deal in Erie, and looking at the numbers, those two deals, the first couple deals that we bought were, this is enough money to passively feed a family of middle-class people. We're talking 150 grand a year of passive cash flow off the first 3 or 4 deals that we bought. Now, so from a cash-on-cash perspective, from a cap rate perspective, we're talking 10 caps, we're talking 30+% cash-on-cash yield. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about right now, I'm just going to give a quick shout out. I do a couple free online courses about some key terms, net operating income, cap rates of real estate. Go to nickhuber.podia, Podia.com, and you can take a couple 15-minute courses that'll give you the overview of the basics of some key terms of real estate. But what I'm trying to say is, as the deals get larger, as the players get better, as you get better at what you do, the deals that you can do, the baseline gets larger and larger. So I can no longer go after a deal that's worth $800,000 or even $1 million because it's not worth my team's time. And so what that does is, all the people who are good at real estate, all the people who are building systems, good operators, good at raising capital, well-networked, all those people work their way up very quickly to get to where the baseline size deal that they'll do is about $1 million. And the people who are really good at raising capital, they go get an office in New York City, and they're not going to do a deal smaller than $30 million. So what that means is there's a huge opportunity for people who aren't small-time retail investors who $200,000 to $300,000 is the max, but people who can get financing, who can get capital put together to do a $500,000 deal, a $600,000 deal, a $750,000 deal, $1 million deal. And you do 3 or 4 or 5 of those, and your entire life is changed. And I'm living proof, because the first couple deals we did, aside from our big development in Ithaca, New York, the first couple deals we did were small. So what I'm going to recommend to you is to use that to your advantage. Try to do a lot of work, trudge in that $500,000, $750,000 range, because that's where there's a ton of opportunities. The big money's not looking there, and the small money can't reach it. The retail investors, the people who buy a couple rental properties in town, they can't reach it. So you, as an investor in that middle range, you can find a lot of really, really, really good deals if you're willing to do the work to make those deals happen. And you can do it with a team of 2. My partner and I were doing those deals when there was 2 of us on the team, just him and I. We had a couple people answering phones, helping us operate the self-storage. But as far as the real estate private equity, building out the business, there were 2 of us. Big opportunities there. Really big opportunities, because like I said, the people who are really good at real estate don't stay in that range for very long. And the people who don't know how to raise any capital at all or put together a deal can't do those deals. So look hard at that $600,000, $700,000 range, because that's where the money's to be made, baby.